All right, so this is a biggie for me. This is a big video. It's such a joyful, and it's all about joy. It's all about creation. And when I think about these things and meditate on these things, I just get elated. And at the end, I already did it once, and I was smiling so much that I kind of lost it, and I went to save the video, and it accidentally deleted. And I'm even laughing about that. I'm sure a computer whiz could figure out how to recover it, but I'll just rather do it again. So this one, I'm going to do this like my others. It should only be about 10 minutes, but it'll have a title, and then I'll discuss it a little bit, what it's about, and then the quotes, and then some application. But this one's going to be, the title I think will be something like Lila, 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 which is the Hindu word in essence for the joy of creation, the joy of God. You could even, in a way, pure spirituality, God, bliss. Lila, you'll get the definition. You'll kind of know why I'm using all these words. I love this idea of Lila. And I've gone over this many, many times just personally, trying to understand it. And the other day I was in a meditation, I just had this pure feeling of joy. And I realized then what this definition, where it was headed. And I just wanted to pass it on because what a great, I guess, to say it's a tool in meditation is disrespectful, demeaning in a way. But what a great thing to be able to do to meditate on this idea and the feeling it brings. And it reminded me of once I read that the Buddha loved meditating on, there were certain two or three great loves in his life or times of great love and bliss. And he could always go back to those to, in essence, to recover that feeling in his meditation. And I think this Lila idea and meditating on it, now, it took me a while to even understand what that meant. So I don't know how anybody's going to apply this, and I hope you take it for what it's worth. And yeah, I also was at the temple once, at the Hindu temple here, and the Swami was talking about various ideas on meditation and methods. And one of the attendees said, well, I just like meditating on pure consciousness, God, joy. And the Swami had a huge smile and he said, great, that's perfect. But then I walked out going, well, what does that mean exactly? I know what there are times that I like to meditate on. For example, the times of my children's birth always brings a smile and great joy, and I can just sit with that one for a long time. But also just the idea of pure joy and creation. So let me just go to the definitions because that's what this is really all about. And understand, I've gone over this before, that when I bring these things up, or the idea of consciousness, God, Brahman, deity, they're all interchangeable words, whatever path you're on. And as I've asserted and talked about many times before, and as the great Swamis talk about, there are many, many paths. Find your unique path, and just do it. Yeah, but let's just go right to the definition because this is a beauty. All right, so these are taken from, and I know I've read it in the books, but I couldn't find them all. But this is from Wikipedia and Yogipedia, not yoga. Well, maybe it is Yogipedia. But here they are, and I might break it up and talk about it. But Wikipedia, Lila, Lila, can be loosely Lila can be loosely translated as divine play. I actually like that one. But now we're going to, what does that really mean? The concept of Lila asserts that creation, instead of being an objective for achieving any purpose, is rather an outcome of the playful nature of the divine. So whether you, and we could also say, I wanted to bring this up because many friends, and I remember back in the 60s and 70s, we used to talk about all the time, what's it all about? What are we here for? How did it get started? And I think in the Bible, what they have, the creation story. I don't know that much about the Bible, but sorry I threw that one out there, I guess. But I suspect all religions have to answer this question. And I believe Lila is one of the answers that is offered. And I know friends have asked, and I've brought this up. So here we go again. Loosely translated as divine play, the concept of Lila asserts that creation, instead of being an objective for achieving any purpose, is rather an outcome of the playful nature of the divine. As the divine is perfect, it could have no want fulfilled, thereby signifying freedom instead of necessity behind the creation. This will be defined a little bit more, so let's just continue. But I guess let me just say, yeah, there are multiple theories about the derivation of Lila. It may be derived from the Sanskrit root lao, which suggests playfulness of children or someone delicate. This is kind of cool. I remember reading the Ramakrishna books, and he would often describe the pure consciousness, God consciousness, Satchitananda, as just look at children before they really start establishing that ego sense and the I'm right and you're wrong. Just letting them, their total freedom. You see these words up here, the freedom, creation. They're just total joy and playfulness. And they can cry a lot too, but there's an essence that you can see. They're just flying around, and they can, as Ramakrishna says, they can grab a toy and mine, and then they let it go and grab another one, and they're just pure freedom. There's no attachment. As that all starts to evolve as we grow up, the attachment and the ego sense and stuff. I think that's pretty neat. So I like this, suggests the playfulness of children or someone delicate. Then it goes on, and I don't know who this is. According to Edwin Bryant, and this yellowed part is something I just think is beautiful. Lila cannot be translated as sport or game, because a lot of people would say it's a game, it's sport. This is a whole different concept here, since those words suggest a motivation of competition. Just as up here it talked about, in essence, an objective for achieving a purpose. No. This, Lila, is pure play or spontaneous pastime, which has no purpose other than experiencing joy. Holy moly, that's a great one, isn't it? So just being or experiencing pure joy. Is that the divine? Is that, whether you call it pure self-realization, the big S self? I think that's really something. Not even as an individual, but just pure joy. I think that's very, very interesting, and I hope you all find that valuable or enlightening in some fashion. I know, let me just take this off. I have to look at my notes real quick. I know that meditating on that, I just end up smiling and feeling pure joy, and it can last for a long time after I'm done. I also know, for example, in the Hindu, and I believe in all the religions of India, but I'm not sure. I know in Hinduism they have like 3 deities where they describe creation, sustaining, and then destruction. Yeah, I can't remember the first one. Vishnu, Sita. I can't even think of the words right now. The various gods. I've always really done better on the creation side. I always feel the most joy in my business life. I always like the starting, the creation. I guess you could say that's entrepreneurial. Even on the sports side, I didn't even realize this until I read that definition. But I like the creation and the evolution, the organization of the team. But as it goes on and on and on, I kind of lose a little interest. I mean, just look at how we all enjoy birth, the children. Oh my goodness, that's the creation, the purity, the joy right there, meditating on that, or just seeing it in life, or the creation we see with our or the joy in our pets, or the creation with um, growing plants. I wonder, now that I think about it, if that's what farmers and people are looking at when they're creating and sustaining our life through food. Boy, there must be some joy in that, some great joy. So I think this is really good, and I guess it's disrespectful to say that's a tool in your meditation because, boy, meditate on that and see how you feel, or continue to contemplate in your meditation or in life what Lila is. I think that's really something. And I know that the word Sat Chit Ananda is another word for God consciousness, and it means infinite consciousness and bliss. I don't know, I pretty much equate that with joy. I equate it with how in Christianity they talk about God as love, same thing. Um, so, yeah. So I'm going to end that because I just feel good, kind of just talking about it. I just feel good. I just feel good. So I won't hit delete when I save this one. Okay.